All right, good morning, YouTube. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This morning, we are here with, what year is this thing? It's a 98. I should have known that by the body style, but anyway. 98 Mercury Tracer. Customer states, I think, that there's a no crank, or there's a no crank, or there's a crank and no start. He's been working on it, so I don't really know what we got ahead of us at the moment, except that we're going to have to kind of figure it out as we go here, because I don't know what we got going on. Let's see. Got fuses everywhere. Okay, so crank no start. That was weird. Something's doing weird stuff. The pump keeps pulsing under the vehicle. I can hear it. What the hell is that all about? Okay. Dead battery. Let's get our jump box. Let's get the hood open and see what we're up against here, because it almost fired. Why? Why did it almost fire? Jesus. All right, well. Everything's a mess under here. I can't even hold the camera straight. All right, so this is off. That's not going to let it run. This is off. That's not going to let it run very well. This definitely won't let it run. That's our positive cable. It's a mess. Are these really grounds? I don't even know if that's supposed to be on there. That's weird, right there. Oh, those are no good. Okay. That's awesome. Okay, I don't know what that goes to. We need to find that out. That's horrible. Let's tighten this up. Let's tighten this up and tighten that up and clean my hands. This is one of those ones where I didn't realize that the customer was going to be at work. So now I'm kind of stuck because I can't ask any questions without having to stop and make a phone call, which I'm going to have to do, which is fine, but see if we can get these gloves on, because my hands are all sticky now. All right, let's tighten up this cable. That's not a 10, that's awesome. Okay. That's some pretty corroded stuff and some pretty loose battery terminals as it is. So let's get that off also real quick and get it tightened up. Oh, the battery terminal just broke. I get mud on. Alright, we're going to do something dumb. I need to have a tight connection, and that's just what I'm going to have to do right now. Because I can't change that cable, because it is a whole cable. It's a different cable. It's plugged into a spot that I think might be kind of poor. That's where it's plugged in right there. That is definitely not factory. Alright, let's do a crank on it now and see what this thing does. Okay, those wires probably need to be connected because now I don't have a service engine soon light, and I did before. So I'm going to assume that these are grounds because that's where he had them hooked up, but we're going to have to put them together onto a couple of eyelets and put it onto that battery cable that is 100% broke, and we're going to have to put a battery connection end on it. Only way we're going to be able to diagnose it right. So let me go get a few things. Jesus. That's definitely not good. It's going to suck in air after the mass airflow, and it's going to run like piss if we leave that like that. But least of our worries. Let's get this fixed real quick. Let's go get some tools. All right, let's go break something. I need this bolt. This is not the best fix in the world, but this is a fix I got to do in order to get this done. Then if it works out well, then we can advise them on putting a new cable in it. But right now, that's tight. All right, so that'll be an 11. We'll put that on there. But we're going to go get some heat shrink eyelets and fix this real quick because that's just horrible. These, I'm assuming, those grounds go to the PCM. This is just my theory on why this thing won't run, is no grounds going to the PCM, we're not going to run. That's why it was like intermittently starting, but again, it's just a guess at this point just because I'm kind of calculating it in my head as I'm going here. Yeah. So let me go get some stuff to fix that. I'll be right back. So I came up with that in my head because I was thinking, it made me realize it when this time, but when I went to crank it with these disconnected, that I had no service engine light on the dash any longer. It was gone. And I noticed it before because it was flashing. It was flashing, and also in the beginning, when I first tried to turn the key on, I could hear the fuel pump intermittently going on and off, on and off, on and off. That's violent. So that made me think of a poor connection, and if these grounds are controlling that PCM, which I think they are, and that's, again, just a guess because I didn't look up any wiring diagrams. I just know that that light stopped coming on when I took these off. So, oh my God, I can't set this anywhere. All right, now let me go get a 7/16 for this, put these on here, and let's see what happens. At least I think they're 7/16, yeah. Yeah, they are. Now again, this is just a cheap battery terminal, but it'll get the job done for what we need it to do at the moment. Okay, we're all hooked up. It's nice and tight. Let's see what this thing does now. Please start. Radio's on now. You can hear that. The pump came on and shut off. Perfect, it's running. Look at that. All right, let's fix this though real quick, because that's going to cause a problem. So let's see what we can do about this. All right, let's go in the trailer and see if we can find a hose for this. Oy. Actually, it's literally a broken heater hose sitting here. I think we can make that work. Even has a clamp already on it. Ooh, okay, almost fell. I can't grip that. There it is. So just another piece of hose. Okay, well, it's running. It's running a little poor, but that's not why I'm here. And I think it's going to equal itself out here a little bit once it starts to change the fuel trims in there. You know, hey, is what it is, right? All right, let's go see if there's any lights on the dash or anything like that. There probably is. Just a low fuel light. It's got like no gas in it. But that is it. So that was pretty simple. So like I said, I was thinking back on the conversation that I had with the customer earlier in the week when I was setting him up on the schedule, which I actually might have been last week. But he did tell me that he had an intermittent no start. He replaced, I think he said he replaced the starter and the battery all recently. Well, battery is 2 years old, so that's a no. But I don't know what he says recently. Sometimes people say that and the car has been sitting for months on end or a year or two and stuff like that. But regardless of what it really was, the issue here, if you take, like I tout it quite often telling you guys, like, pay attention to the details and inspection. So like you could have come in here and been like, oh, we need to start here, this is this. No, like always start at the basics. Battery. What's my connection like? I've showed you guys before the power of having clean connections, especially on the battery posts, because that's your main source. If you have no voltage and no ground coming in the system, you're gonna have a problem. So this one, we had a loose positive terminal. Of course, you're never gonna get the thing to run. Ow, that's an ant. Of course, you're not gonna get it to run correctly. And then you saw the corrosion on that negative terminal. Okay, come on, grounds. If you got no grounds going to a PCM, I mean, you're 100% screwed anyway. So we fixed those grounds, and I used that. I thought of that because I heard that fuel pump going crazy. It was coming on, going off, coming on, going off. And when I took them off and the check engine light went away, that told me that those were pretty critical, even though they're probably pretty critical anyway because they're a ground. But those were very critical because they obviously went to the PCM. So you can see after fixing it, it starts and runs just fine. I'm going to call the customer here in a few minutes. And just kind of go from there. But I think we're done. So let's call him. I'll keep you on camera while I do that, just so you can kind of hear that conversation. Or you might hear it. I don't know. The car's kind of loud, so.
Hello.
Hey, man, it's Ben, the mechanic.
What's going on?
Hey, brother. All right, so I just wanted to tell you what I found and what's going on.
Okay.
So the first thing that I had noticed when I went to try to run it was the fuel pump was kicking on and off and by itself and very sporadic, like it was intermittently losing power.
Right.
So first thing I check on that is battery. Positive terminal was loose, but that's just because you're messing around with stuff.
Right.
You had a few hoses loose under the hood. I tightened all those up. I actually put a new hose on that goes to the valve cover for you.
Okay.
But it's that main ground. I tried to tighten your ground terminal, and it broke.
Mm-hmm.
So I put a new one on it because I carry them on the truck. But the top piece that had all of there's like 2 or 3 plugs on it. Those go to your PCM, and they're all corroded. So I cut them all off. I cleaned everything up. You don't happen to have an iPhone, do you?
I sure do.
All right, I'm
You
gonna
wanna FaceTime me?
Yeah, I'm gonna FaceTime you.
Let's do that.
I don't know how it works, but I'm not very good at the technology stuff. What's up, man?
Hey,
All right, let me show you the car
what's going
here.
on?
All right. So this is what I did to the negative terminal. All new connections, heat shrink connections, and a new post. Put your negative in there. This is what
Okay.
all of the corrosion that was in the plugs. The other ones, this is what's left of them. They're just in a million pieces. They fell all over the place when I tried to take it apart. Tighten up this positive, obviously. I put this new hose on. I just had an old piece of heater hose laying there because if this sucks in air after your mass airflow, the car will run like crap. But
Yeah, I'll change everything.
yeah, it'll change all your fuel trims. But now that we are fixed,
Well, fuck me.
yeah. So it's running pretty good.
Yeah, I know that belt tensioner is in. It's got a little bit of rock to it. We got the back. We're gonna go ahead and throw on.
Yeah, but that's all right.
So,
I mean,
when we get home, we hadn't gotten to it yet.
yeah. But either way, basics on that, just, you know, making sure your connections are good, and that those grounds actually go, like I said, to the PCM. And I noticed it because when I went to mess with your battery, when I went to tighten the negative and it broke, these pieces broke off. So I took them out of the way. My service engine soon light disappeared when I turned the key on at that point, telling me I didn't have any talk with my PCM.
Right.
So I did all that first to confirm our basics, and you're fine now, man. So, all right. Well, there you have it. That was the customer conversation. I think that went pretty well. I think the job went pretty well, which makes me so damn happy. It just makes me feel like I'm going to have a good day, right? Good diagnosis, good repair, something simple, nothing, you know, over crazy, not having to tear wires apart and do all that stupid stuff. But anyway, if you liked the video, again, I do appreciate you guys, and if you liked it, hit that like button. Fuck. Anyway, like always, I appreciate you guys, and if you like what we're doing, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and we'll talk to you guys later. Thanks.